Thank you. My name is Helena and I'm 24 years old. I'm here today as a detransitioner with grave concerns about the so-called gender-affirming model of responding to minors and young adults who believe they are transgender. As a young girl, I had no discomfort with being female. What I had was a history of family issues, difficulties fitting in with other girls, eating disorders, self-harm, and depression. When I was 14, I began spending a lot of time online in communities where countless other troubled adolescent girls were encouraging each other to interpret their social, emotional, and body image difficulties as signs of gender dysphoria, with the belief that body modification would be a transformative solution. When I took steps in the direction of being trans, I received more positivity and encouragement than I had ever experienced. By age 17, I identified as a trans boy and was fully convinced that my only chance at a happy life would be to take hormones and undergo surgeries to change my body. My school counselor and school therapist both affirmed my beliefs, and the psychologist told my mother that she was risking my suicide if she would not agree to testosterone treatments, but she thankfully was not intimidated. I went to a Planned Parenthood a few weeks after my 18th birthday. None of the clinicians were interested in what was behind my desperation to change my body. They told me that because I seemed so sure, they would prescribe the hormones that day. I told the clinicians that I wanted a high dose so I would see more changes in my body. They agreed and prescribed me 100 milligrams of testosterone per week. The mental health effects of testosterone were profound. I began experiencing uncontrollable episodes of rage and paranoia where I was a danger to myself and others. I also became much more suicidal and self-harming. Due to this, I was hospitalized twice. None of the clinicians in the hospital or outpatient centers ever mentioned testosterone as a possible source for my mysterious symptoms. Instead, I was prescribed a litany of psychiatric drugs. This time was so dark that it caused me to question the original promises of a joyful trans life. And after 5 years of identifying as transgender, I stopped taking testosterone and began the journey of detransitioning. My mysterious new mental illness went away soon after and has never returned. I'm now forever grateful that clinicians were not able to affirm me any further. I'm very fortunate to have not experienced any obvious physical detriments, but the negative impact of so-called gender affirmative care on my life cannot be understated. Not only was I in serious danger under the influence of testosterone, but the mental process of returning to reality, coping with everything that happened, and facing the mental health issues that were compounded by these experiences has been so difficult. I ask the board to see these dangers of so-called gender affirmation and create a rule prioritizing exploring exploratory therapy and long-term health over dangerous treatments for these vulnerable young people.
Thank you very much.